Thanks, buddy.
It takes all kinds of skills to make it to the top.
Lexington Museum. And what?
What's that?
Corpus
Christi.
Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi, Texas. Tá gostoso?
About how much time do y'all have?
Probably about an hour.
An hour. Okay. Hit some highlights for him.
Sure.
You know what to do.
Okay.
Don's one of our top tour guides, and he's been here, knows the ship better than most, so it's gonna be good.
All right, let's start off first of all with the keel was laid in 1941, July of 1941. It was supposed to take 3 years to build this ship. It only took 18 months.
Wow, they were in a hurry.
40% of the workforce were women that worked on this. So, you know, back in World War II, that was a problem. All the guys were being sent over. Anyway, it finished in October of 42. And then they did a debugging run where they worked all the problems out. And then they commissioned in February of 1943. It's been in service since then up until 1991.
Wow.
They had a brief mothballing in 47 right after the war, but they brought it out in 53 where they reconditioned it for the jet age. This used to be a single deck carrier. Then they add the angle on with the jet age. 160 miles an hour when it lands, okay? And that gives them, if they don't get a hook, they can take off and go around and try to get it. And where is they've changed the planes around up here. Let's walk over here.
Just follow them. E o cara perguntou, quem são eles? Eu falei, sei lá, tô só acompanhando aqui. Inside the ship. Watch your head.
Now this shows the harbor right here. They actually put up a deal for us. Your radio here talking to the ships and moving them out. Usually there'd be these green arrows.
This is a still photo.
No, it moves.
This is alive?
Yeah, it's alive. It'll move. You'll hear them talking if they're moving.
Okay. Awesome.
This was the navigational area here. You had all your controls over there, your airspeed. See, he's here. Okay, he mans this area.
Does he know that we're parked? Is he okay?
You know, for a while they didn't have mannequins and anything. And boy, we had some wild things happen on the ship with ghost stories. I could sit here and tell you 3
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Give me one. I only need one.
Well, the one that sticks with me the most was that Blue Angel plane. There was an elderly gentleman with his, I think his grandson. I don't know for sure what the kid's deal was. Anyway, he went over to the plane and he come back to one of the guys. One of my buddies was sitting at the station down there. We usually stay in one spot, and people come ask us questions. And he said, "Hey, are people allowed in the aircraft around here?" And as you can see, and some of the planes need nitrogen to open up the canopy. You can't just open the canopy, okay? Yeah. And so, no, we don't have the equipment here, and we don't also have the ladders. He said, "Well, there's a guy over there in the Blue Angel plane." He said, "You got to be kidding!" And then so he took off, went over there, looked, got over there. He didn't see anything, and you have deals where you can climb in if you have to. And there was still dust there, so nobody had been in the cockpit wasn't open. So he came back, and he sat there, scratched his head, what. Later, the guy came back. He said, "Did you see the guy over there?" He says, "No, I didn't see anybody there." And he said, "Well, there was a gentleman in there. He had a helmet on. You could see his oxygen mask, and he waved to us." And the little guy says, "Yeah, he waved to us." And so he called us on the radio. We all run. It was 9:30 on a Thursday morning that he had showed up, and we didn't see anything. But that's some of the hairy stories you hear.
Yeah, well, that's a nice hairy story, though.
Yeah, there's never been anything vicious.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
It's always been
Spooky.
something pleasant.
This looks like my amp. This is why I'm having them upgraded. This is getting a little long in the tooth. You turned that's the trouble right there.
Juro que tá sentindo, cara. Pô, eu adoro essa porra. Não, fica dentro. Ali.
Aonde que os caras escutaram o fantasma?
Lá embaixo, Ele tá com tristeza no cara.
I don't think it's all about planning. That's what you see in the movies, yeah, they're talking down there, you sit.
So how does that work? That just kind of signals to them what you want, right?
Yeah, it just signals, and that guy down there gets a message down there.
Got it.
If I had time, I would take you down there, but here you see you dial in the speed. That's revolutions in the shaft.
Right.
We got a conversion chart, I believe, up on the wall. It shows you how many revolutions equal what speed and so forth and so on. Sound power phones, God, this is a 1936 technology that's still used today. It's that good. We don't need power. It's a sound, your voice generates the power.
So it's like soup cans and a string?
Right, that's it.
It's technology,
That's
right?
taking it to another level. What it is a permanent magnet around the outside of the phone. You can't take this off here. It's around the outside of it, and there's a little speaker, a little diaphragm there with a coil on it, and when you talk, it vibrates in and out of the permanent magnet. It generates electricity onto the line, following your voice pattern. In fact, it sounds like you. That's how weird it is. And it's spectacular. I can talk from one end of the ship to the other, and it'll sound like I'm in the next room. And it was so good they had to put mic buttons on. There's a mic button on here. I had to put a mic button on it because they were picking up the breathing of the guys holding the phone to their ear or the headset.
So they could just stop and talk and listen.
Yeah, this way, they could. When you wanted to talk, you push the button and you could talk. Otherwise, if we pick, you could hear 200 guys on there breathing.
Yeah.
That's how
Are
sensitive
those
it
little
is.
like heads up things over there? Is that what they are? Like to say when you want to call, or is this some other system?
No, that's.
Oh, these are breakers.
Yeah. Chemical, it's like you're setting up alarms. These are alarms. These are your.
This is a maze, but it's not made for tall people.
Horns that you would set you would fire these here guys.
Okay, cool.
Now this here is unusual here. Since we have gyros here, this room is all armored plated. That door wasn't there before. We cut that out. This is a magnetic compass. And what they did here, you see these iron balls here? They would adjust this iron ball to make the compass read the same as the gyro. And what it did, they locked them down so that if we lost the gyro, it takes 24 hours to reset that thing. You got to turn it on 24 hours before you want to use it.
Toltec.
And so this would be a backup. It's not as accurate,
Aranza
but
Sport Control,
it will
Aranza
get you
Sport
better
Control,
than
Motor
that.
Tanker Affinity 5.
I want you to feel this. This is the flak shields that they close up. They're all usually closed up.
Oh my gosh, that is,
Feel the weight of that thing.
that is super
So you don't have any stray bullets coming through and hitting your guys. So they're going blind.
Whoa.
During World War II, this was all open here. It was all open and they get up. But when the jet age come and you have the jet spray coming up this way, they put windows in,
Yeah.
windshield wipers and everything. Somebody take the chart off. He's sitting
He's the
there.
co-pilot, right, sir?
What?
Co-pilot chair?
No, that would be your navigator. He would come up here and sit.
We call you shotgun.
Got the captain over there.
For me, I'll take 500 chocolate shakes. No whipped cream.
Like I said, we cut this out here. This is all
That's a
sealed.
surprisingly comfortable chair. Should sit in that. It's surprisingly
Over here,
comfortable.
come on out here now in the wind.
Oh, this is for your wife to sit behind you and in the backseat drive you.
This is down here with flags on it. Every letter in our alphabet has a flag. So you would spell an acronym. Now, if the admiral was aboard, he would tell the flotilla what formation he wanted them in. Okay, and so he would put up an acronym and would say, okay, you're supposed to be set up. Most of the important thing was to protect the ship. This is the high dollar thing.
Yeah.
All the planes. We had up to 90 aircraft. None of the newer ships have that. Now they only have 80 at max.
How many crew members here in this ship?
On this ship
Average?
there was, the total was 3,300.
Wow,
Now 1,500 what we call black shoes. They're the guys that maintain the ship. We were greenies, or Airedales they called us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we stayed up here. I don't know if you're familiar with the Navy. We have a symbol over our stripes that tells you what our function on the ship was. Mine was an atom with wings, and it was electronics aviation.
That's a cool symbol.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. And then you got beach balls. It's an Earth globe. We called them, the electricians had we called it a beach ball. And then mechs had a propeller and so forth. Aircraft mechanics the same way, but they had wings on.